beautiful friends, your girl in Blue, and welcome back to my channel. If you're here for the first time, please like, subscribe and share this video, and also press the notification button so that you don't miss out on any new content as it comes out. If you are a returning guest, welcome. I am so glad that you came back, and thank you so much for sticking with us, and I hope that you enjoyed the show. Today we're going to be talking about the Diddy and Cassie story. If you watched my previous video, I went through the summary of the case. I was reading the court papers, and now we're going to go into the factual allegations because I feel that it's so important for us to actually look at what Cassie is alleging in the papers. So if you're not aware, Cassie instituted action against P. Diddy last Thursday, and within 24 hours it was settled. So there's a lot of speculation that there is truth to Cassie's allegations, because initially Diddy's lawyer said, well, Cassie had been trying to shake them down. She had requested 30 million, or else she was going to release a tell-all book. And then once the papers actually got filed in court, Diddy decided that he was in fact going to make a settlement, and he obviously didn't want the matter to go to court. So without further ado, I'm going to go and read the factual allegations. I will try and keep this video short because unfortunately I have lost my privilege to post long videos. So I'll just keep trying, and I'll just keep posting and hope that I will get my privileges back. Please remember to like and to share so that the algorithm can, capture my video, and then have more people seeing it. So here goes. The first allegation says teenage Miss Ventura meets middle-aged Mr. Combs as her career begins. Isn't it funny that they mentioned that he's middle-aged? So Miss Ventura, I thought I heard my baby. Oh my God, he is awake. Oh my goodness, I am going to continue. He is definitely crying. But that's alright, his daddy is here. Let me quickly go and check if he's alright, and then I will come back. Maybe check on Adam, I hear you crying. Alright, let's proceed. I'm so sorry about that. I had to just check on my little one because I heard him crying. So anyway, it says Ms. Ventura met Mr. Combs in late 2005 and early 2006 after Mr. Combs heard Ms. Ventura's single playing in a club and expressed interest in signing her to his label, Bad Boy Records. At the time, Ms. Ventura was 19 years old, Mr. Combs was 37 years old, which I think is too old for 19-year-olds, because 19 years old are not mature enough to make real life decisions. And I don't think they said a child's, manipulation of an older person who has more experience in life and dealing with other human beings, and who has picked up maybe some tricks on how to control other people. And usually at around 37, I think you're like a parent, and parents control kids. So there is a certain level of control that an older person can have towards a younger person. But anyway, let's continue. Within months, in February 2006, Ms. Ventura signed a 10-album deal with Mr. Combs' record label. See, that's what I mean. She is 19. This man decides to put her on a 10-album deal. That sounds crazy. It already feels like she's got the underhand. He's got the upper hand, and she is taking a bad deal. Sounds like a bad deal to me. Ms. Ventura's first album, Cassie, was released in August 2006, debuting at number 4 in the US Billboard 200. To promote the album, Ms. Ventura made television appearances on MTV's Total Request Live, at BET's 106 and Park. Ms. Ventura suffered from significant performance anxiety during these appearances, and press outlets were highly critical of Ms. Ventura's performances on these shows. Oh my goodness, I actually watched one of the videos after she had made done the performance, and Diddy was like, oh yeah, her performance was whack, and I'm going to be hard on her. And the way he was talking, he was really breaking her down and really going for that self-esteem. He was not being nice about it. I understand that sometimes you have to be tough on your employees or your artists to get them to work harder and maybe to motivate them, but this sounded a little more sinister, when somebody is saying really mean things about you and your performance. Yeah, I think what I will do is I will post that video so that you guys can check it out. So please stay tuned because I'm going to be dropping videos about this issue, and I think like by the end of this you will have pretty much all the information on Diddy and Cassie's case and the allegations that have been going around about Diddy. If you see me sweating, this is literally a sunroom. There's no roof here, it's like plastic or glass, so the sun literally pours in here and it's hot. We are at the trail end of spring and we're getting into summer, so it is super hot here, so I will be sweating. Okay, please excuse me for that. I did try to do the face heat and I've got myself a beverage. I'm having soda water with cordial because I'm trying to keep the carbs down. I mean, like after giving birth, like I put on so much weight and I have to actually make changes to my diet in order to lose the weight. But anyway, let's proceed. Okay, that's it. So yeah, we just spoke about her performance, which was quite bad because of anxiety. And oh my goodness, when I was watching her, she looked so young. She looked like a baby. She was like a really young looking 19-year-old. To think that this 37-year-old man saw her as a partner, a romantic partner, is really crazy to me. Because clearly he likes women who look like kids. Because she looked like a baby, honestly. Mr. Combs, however, sought to rehabilitate his newly signed talent, telling MTV News, "You could hear her nervousness in her voice, and to be honest, I kind of smiled at it because it made me really appreciate what I really love about her. She's a regular person. It just made me appreciate that she got nervous, and it was kind of cute to me, to be honest. You've got to understand that success for her is coming out of nowhere. It's just so huge, and sometimes everybody handles it differently." So this one was from MTV. But there is another one where you can actually like see the footage of him like really going in on Cassie. While clearly paternalistic and noting that it was cute to him how regular Miss Shura appeared, Mr. Combs' comments rang true to some extent. Upon signing with Bad Boy Records, Miss Ventura was quickly thrust into the spotlight and was unfamiliar with how to navigate her new celebrity status. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to skip some things which I feel like are irrelevant, like when they're just talking about general stuff. And we are going to talk about the meat of the story. The meat of the story. Okay, so alright. Emphasizing the age and power dynamic early in their working relationship, Mr. Combs positioned himself as a father figure and protector of Miss Ventura. Isn't that how it always begins? Like somebody like pretending as if they're your protector, telling you that everybody else is dangerous. I'll be the one who saves you. Anyway, by way of example, after returning to New York, after a trip to Las Vegas during which she endured a brief hospital stay, Miss Ventura, who by then was fully healthy, went out to a club with her friends. When Mr. Combs saw her out, he reprimanded her, telling her to go home and take care of herself. At the time, Miss Ventura thought that her record label was looking out for her well-being and that Mr. Combs had her best interest in mind. So you can see where the control actually begins. He tells her to go home when he sees her out in the nightclub and says, take care of yourself. That is something a parent can tell you, but not your boss. But anyway, that's how we see that Puffy started, becoming controlling. Mr. Combs also ensured he was intertwined with Miss Ventura's personal and social life, for instance, by inviting himself to Miss Ventura's 21st birthday party in Las Vegas. He also brought along famous musicians and producers, therefore flaunting his celebrity status and influence in front of young, impressionable Miss Ventura. Woo! Although Mr. Combs knew that Miss Ventura was in a relationship at the time, he even thought he was publicly in a relationship with Kim Porter. Mr. Combs nevertheless pursued Miss Ventura. At an after party in a hotel suite following Miss Ventura's 21st birthday party, Mr. Combs pulled Miss Ventura into a bathroom and forcibly kissed her. Miss Ventura did not consent to his unwanted contact. She immediately ran out of the bathroom and the hotel suite and cried. She told her best friend at the time about what had happened, but was too scared to tell anyone else. So the nightmare begins. And it's so sad, that while this was going on, he was with Kim Porter. Oh my goodness, it is crazy. And you know the funny thing is, I also watched Jaguar Wright. A lot of people actually have dismissed Jaguar Wright, but a lot of stuff that she says has turned out to be true. You know, like even I thought like maybe she's embellishing, but now everything she said about Diddy is like out in black and white right now, which is crazy to me. So anyway, where are we? Oh yeah. At the Video Music Awards the following day, Ms. Ventura's boyfriend at the time joined her and Mr. Combs at the table at the award ceremony. Mr. Combs became angry, telling Ms. Ventura that the invitation to the award ceremony was only for her and not for her significant other. That is so wild. He didn't even want her to have a boyfriend with her at the awards, which, you know, makes sense because he wanted to take the boyfriend's place. And that was, I think it was Ryan Leslie. I actually saw an interview. Oh yeah, actually I saw a board meeting where Ryan Leslie, Cassie and Diddy were all present with like some other executives, and she was getting signed, and at that time she was still dating Ryan Leslie. That was before Diddy actually like knocked him out of the picture. Whew. That's something. Ms. Ventura, hang on. So now, yes. Now we continue. Mr. Combs lures Ms. Ventura into a relationship. Despite her clear rejection of Mr. Combs' advances, Mr. Combs continued to demand Ms. Ventura spend time with him, including for a weekend at Mr. Combs' residence in Miami and for nights out in New York City. Oh my God, I'm so hot right now. In one particular night around September 2007, Mr. Combs insisted on taking Ms. Ventura out. Ms. Ventura acquiesced, fearing that rejecting Mr. Combs' request would have repercussions for an album deal with Mr. Combs and his company, Bad Boy Records. It is never healthy for a boss to force an employee to enter into a relationship because the power dynamic is just, it's unbalanced. It's unbalanced. Anyway, Mr. Combs picked up Ms. Ventura from her apartment in Manhattan in a blue luxury vehicle. Ms. Ventura was surprised that when she got into the car, Mr. Combs was already inebriated. Woo, trouble! He handed her a pill and told her to take it. When Ms. Ventura asked what the pill was, Mr. Combs dismissed her and told her she would like it. Whee, grooming? Is that you? Sounds like somebody's getting groomed and rugged. Woo-wee. She later learned the pill was ecstasy, something Ms. Ventura had never before tried and did not want to try. This was the first time Mr. Combs got Ms. Ventura high. Alright, so let's continue. Mr. Combs then proceeded to drive recklessly at a very high speed down the West Side Highway in Manhattan. Ms. Ventura was very scared but did not dare to object to Mr. Combs, who appeared drunk, high, and agitated. Mr. Combs took Ms. Ventura to an upscale lounge in downtown Manhattan, where he proceeded to get into an altercation with security staff who would not permit Mr. Combs to enter, presumably because he was belligerent. See, even the people at the venue could see that this guy was out of it. But well, he's rich and he is willing to fight. Ms. Ventura decided to go home, but for the remainder of the night, Mr. Combs messaged Ms. Ventura, incessantly complaining that she left him high and alone. In early fall 2007, Mr. Combs flexed his power and influence when he paid a promoter to create a fake flyer for a party hosted by Ms. Ventura. This fake posting allowed Ms. Ventura to have an excuse to go to Miami, Florida, and get her away from her boyfriend by using the guise of a legitimate event she had to attend. Ms. Ventura was stunned at how easily Mr. Combs was able to recruit others to lie for him. You know, that's like a serious red flag. The moment you see that somebody is surrounded by people who are willing to lie for them, girl, there won't be anybody to defend you when you're in trouble. But you know what? That's something a 19-year-old wouldn't know, because a 19-year-old has no experience. They have no life experience to that extent. So it is not surprising that she found herself in this relationship and unable to get out of it for so long. I feel so bad for her. Let's see, Ms. Ventura was uncomfortable with the fake flyer, but because the request to go to Miami was made by the owner of her record label, and because she was scared to go against his wishes and face repercussions to her nascent career, Ms. Ventura agreed to join Mr. Combs in Florida. So I guess this is when they really got into that romantic relationship. During this trip to Miami, Mr. Combs provided Ms. Ventura with copious amounts of drugs. Woo. She became more intoxicated than she had ever been before, and her intoxication lasted throughout the weekend trip. Oh Lord. I mean, when you're young, getting into those spaces and feeling like that is exciting, but you don't want to feel like that with somebody you're uncomfortable with. So I can imagine that it could not have been fun for her.